They reckon the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But for this Gold Coast warehouse, so far the only falling it's doing is behind schedule.
And we're running a bit late on time at the moment just because we've got stuff on another job.
Tim and his team from Wipeout Demolition need to get this 1,000 square metre shed down to make way for a service station. But there's a deadly substance on site that needs to be completely removed before the team can get pumping.
The boys are just about to finish up now on the asbestos. We get our clearance certificate, and then we've got to get into it because we're running a bit behind. Got a couple of our machines rocking up now, so we'll have about 3 machines on this one. Just basically just pulling it down, separating it as we go, trying to get as much salvage out as we can, and then separating the steel as well.
Tim's plan is to have this massive warehouse down in 2 days. Today, 2 excavators will start stripping roof material from the front to the back. Day 2 will see a salvage crew and 3 excavator operators working on site to finish the demo. Even with that many people, 2 days is still very tight for a structure this large.
What we have is we've got a shed, all the steel, but it's also got timber bolted all the way through it. So what we're going to have to go is slowly pulling through the steel, unbolting the timber, and trying to separate both all the way through. So we're trying to get in the middle there, pull this off the front, and then we'll pull that wall out and see what we can do with the rest. They're going to be a pain in the ass, the way they're bolted in. Let's go!
With time ticking, every man and his dog are needed on this one. But unfortunately, most of the Wipeout crew are tied up on other jobs today, leaving just Tim and Shane to tackle the task of tearing down the shed. Working in tandem, this twosome is throwing the combined power of dual 30-ton excavators at the structure. But as they dig deeper into the demo, it quickly becomes apparent things aren't going to plan.
Well, that didn't work at all.
Nah, well, I just ran it.
Did we get any timbers out?
As expected, the bolted beams are proving troublesome. At around $20 a metre, the hardwood will potentially bring in thousands of dollars in salvage, so it's worth taking the time to try a different approach.
I'll put the ripper on anyway, and we'll give this a go, and we'll reassess it.
The ripper is an attachment designed to cut into concrete. It's ideal for this job because it can pick apart different materials. But even with this level of precision, it's still proving far from perfect for the job.
It's a bit of a nightmare because I can't really pull it with the ripper. It wants to flick everywhere. I need 2 machines. We're gonna need the boys back in the morning, debolting them all, hey? The only issue we have is if you're playing with steel, it just flips everywhere. So we want someone holding it so I can try to peel the beams off, put them to a side, and the boys are either gonna grind them or oxy cut the bolts off.
So far, Tim and Shane have been working on opposite sides of the site. Now they need to pull together to tame the steel. Although in terms of tidying up as they go, they may not be compatible.
Oh, look at this plain morning.
What do you mean? It's beautiful.
After a number of false starts, the pieces of this demo puzzle finally seem to be falling into place.
Didn't work out so well at the beginning, but we changed our methodology to figure out how it's going to happen. So now we've got a plan for tomorrow. Everyone knows what they're doing. Organised our guys, and we're going to crack into it in the morning, get this thing done and dusted.
It's an optimistic outlook, but this big building has a long way to go in a short space of time to be down on deadline.
We'll grab the fascias as well, boys. Every stick we can. Thanks for money.
The demo of an industrial shed on the Gold Coast is taking longer than expected. Wipeout Demolition has been busy on other jobs, so this one is already behind schedule. Left on his lonesome, excavator driver Bo is struggling to get the job done in the tight time frame required.
Mate, trying to operate 3 machines by myself at the moment. Oh well.
Thankfully, help has arrived.
Well, well, well. Did you look who it is, eh? The elusive Shane.
What's going on, mate?
Oh, you know, just smashing everything down by myself, operating 3 machines at once.
What do you want me to do, Bo? I might start up that corner.
Yeah. So Shane's going to continue demolishing the building and pull some tin off and do a bit of separation of the materials, and I'm just going to come behind him and pick it up. Just definitely speed things up now and tidy this side up a bit. Looks like a bomb hit it, so yeah, we'll get stuck into it.
With double the machine power now directed at the demo, they're ripping into the shed, and the crew on the ground is kept busy clearing out the debris.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's good to see the site starting to clear out a bit. We've got a couple of bins of steel loaded that Aiden's going to jump in his little truck and take it down and bring us back an empty bin, and we'll do it again. So while I'm waiting for him to return, I'm going to start bundling the steel up into a nice ball so it's easy to jam in there and get a bit more in each load.
The walls are starting to tumble with the extra excavator on the job.
Ever since Jetto turned up, he's getting it done. Always does.
Even with his dedication to the demo, Shane, or Jeno, is running out of time. With a substantial part of the structure still standing, it's going to take all available manpower to get this one across the line.
And I'm just about to jump the 30 again just to get this thing down for the afternoon, making sure it's all down where we said it would be.
Tim and Shane are determined to level the shed on time. Bo is left to clean up the mess.
Guys getting the last bit of salvage out now. Got Bo loading the bin, Shane's just putting down that last bit of building. So as soon as these guys get the last bit of sticks out, I'll hook onto the building, pull the last bit over. That should be a wrap for the day.
After a long day of demo, and against all odds, the team has managed to get the shed down, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake.
So the day's gone well. We've just finished up for the day. Still had a bit of a mess because Shane was feeling a bit destructive today. But we got it all down, which we need to do today. So tomorrow's a bit of a clean-up, and then we'll start pulling concrete up tomorrow afternoon.
With the job virtually done and dusted, there's no doubt in Bo's mind about who should claim the credit.
The proof is in the pudding. I mean, you know, we can see who did the hard work here today, eh?
Yep, it's all good direction. That's what they needed.
I'm like shaking right now.
Shark Week starts Thursday, November 26 on Discovery.